Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and gives this video a thumbs up. I've completely lost interest in The Bachelor, but it's not the fault of season 29 star Grant Ellis, but rather the show's flaws that have made it such a chore to watch. As a Bachelor fan since the beginning, I used to avidly watch each show and become engrossed in the romance. However, in recent years, the franchise shows have grown overly dramatic and predictable, as well as beset by scandal and bad casting choices, including contestants from The Bachelorette and The Golden Bachelorette who have previously received restraining orders. The Bachelor season 29 with Grant featured everything that I and other viewers have grown to dislike about the show. From producer manipulation to create drama to villainizing specific candidates, it is evident that the program must improve and respond to its audience. I'm exhausted and bored with seeing the same boring storylines play out year after year. I wanted better for Grant because I adored him on Jen Tran's Bachelorette season and felt he'd be the ideal bachelor. Until Grant's Bachelor season 29 hometown dates, when the women were eventually separated, each episode was dominated by conflict between them. They complained with Zoe McGrazy and Carolina Sophia about taking up Grant's time on group dates, but they never confronted him about abandoning the dates to spend time with the other ladies. I truly dislike watching grown ladies squabble over a guy as if they were in middle school. Furthermore, some of the ladies, particularly Juliana Pasquarosa, were angered by Carolina's fear that she did not know Grant well enough to propose to him after only one date. Carolina made perfect sense, but Juliana thought she was being ungrateful. Every season, at least one contestant points out how quickly the timeline of The Bachelor moves, and she is portrayed as the villain. However, Carolina and those before her were completely correct. These debates come up every Bachelor season, but they're getting old. Every time I watch one of Grant's episodes, I feel as if I'm rewinding to earlier seasons. While the producers may believe that all of the turmoil makes for good television, all they're doing now is telling the audience that the program is over and ludicrous. Another issue that has made me lose interest in the show is that the premise requires the star to lead the women on. The demonstrations of affection between the protagonist and the women are just one illustration of how this occurs. While I understand that physical attraction is crucial in a relationship, it's just cringeworthy to see Grant walk from room to room, kissing woman after woman and making them all feel so special. What's even creepier is that the women are aware of the situation and continue to tolerate it. Grant's season was particularly difficult to watch because he kissed several of the women in front of the other participants, including a hot makeout session with Carolina on stage. The women were obviously more furious with Carolina than Grant, though several of them did voice their feelings to him as well. I felt it very degrading for the women to have to go through that, and it's really making me lose interest in watching the show. Grant Ellis of The Bachelor season 29 appeared to lead on candidate Carolina Sophia, but the producers may be more to blame than the lead man. The entire premise of The Bachelor revolves upon the star leading women on while they fall in love with him without knowing if he reciprocates their sentiments. Prior to his hometown dates, I believe Grant had more stronger sentiments for Juliana and Lishagard than he did for Dina Lupanku, whom he removed, and Zoe McGrady, who had never been on a one-on-one date before meeting her family. It was unnecessary for him to meet Dina and Zoe's families, and he shouldn't have shared an overnight fantasy suite with Zoe when it's obvious that she's not the one. Many people felt Claire Crawley was crazy for ending The Bachelorette season 16 early to get engaged to Dale Moss. However, while their relationship did not continue, I believe what she did was very reasonable. Why would she jeopardize her relationship with Dale to date other men when she knew exactly what she wanted? Grant should have done the same thing, but he appeared unsure. However, since Grant wasn't convinced about the women going on the fantasy suite dates, I believe none of them will be his person, and I don't want to witness another failed Bachelor season. The timetable of The Bachelor is far too fast for anyone to imagine getting engaged. This is not season 1, when the show was still considered an experiment. Grant and the audience are aware that the majority of Bachelor relationships have failed, but we are still forced to sit and watch everyone repeat the same mistakes. I just can't invest in the relationships since I know the odds are set against their remaining together. The Bachelor has the lowest success percentage of all of the Bachelor franchise series, with only 3 of the past 28 couples remaining together. They include married couple Sean Lowe and Catherine Giudice, as well as engaged couples Zach Shallcross and Katie Bigger and Joey Graziadei and Kelsey Anderson. This is a red flag indicating the show's involvement at the conclusion is bad, and it should be abolished, or at least not the primary focus or aim. As a longtime fan of The Bachelor, I'm disappointed that I've grown so disengaged from the show that I sometimes forget it even airs. I've lost all interest, not because of Grant, but because the show has passed its course. It was difficult to watch these successful young women argue over a man that only met for a few days and worked so hard to get engaged to him after only a few weeks of dating him. I believe The Bachelor requires an overhaul, and I would be prepared to give show another opportunity if the producers finally addressed its many faults and listened to its fans. Regardless, she remained an unforgettable part of season 29, proving that even those who don't win can leave a lasting impact. With each passing season, The Bachelor continues to evolve, bringing new twists, surprises, and heartbreaks. But one thing remains consistent: the unpredictability of love. Whether the first impression rose is a gift or a curse is still up for debate, but for Ellis Godin, it was simply part of her journey to finding true love, wherever that may be. Grant appeared so captivated with Ellis that I felt he should just terminate the season and depart with her. I knew he was acting quickly when he said he saw a future with her, but I wanted to think it was love at first sight. However, Grant must not have felt as strongly about Ellis as he thought he did because their relationship did not continue long. I believe that after spending time with the other women, Grant discovered that he had stronger bonds with them. Grant and Ellis established such a profound connection on premiere night and during their one-on-one date, so I was surprised to see it erode after that. They had a good time at the Week 3 prom, where they discussed superlatives such as who had the nicest smile. They chose each other. Ellis also impressed Grant when, in Week 4, she rode a mechanical bull in Madrid for a long time using her own unique method. Unfortunately, Ellis sustained a concussion, forcing her to depart the group date early, resulting in wasted time with Grant. During The Bachelor Season 29 Week 5, in Scotland, Ellis told Grant that she was having a difficult week because she liked him, but he also had ties with the other women. However, she informed him that she was delighted she was emotional because it proved she truly cared about him. I assumed Grant would meet Ellis' family to determine whether they were actually compatible, but he instead chose Juliana Pasquarosa, Lisha Gar, Zoe McGrady, and Dina Lupencu as his hometown dates. What happened between Grant and Ellis will remain one of the biggest mysteries of Season 29. Fans will continue to speculate about why Grant ultimately sent her home despite their obvious connection. Did he truly have stronger relationships with the remaining women, or was there something he wasn't saying? Regardless, Ellis left a lasting impression, and perhaps her journey to find love is just beginning in another way. Thanks for watching. If you likes this video, do not forget to subscribe my channel and do not miss any update.